Welcome back to Celebrial, where the real stories always hit harder than the rumors. And today we're diving into the long-running mystery behind Beyonce and Solange's icy vibe. Because something definitely shifted between these two. For years they were tight, always showing love, always moving like a unit. But now things feel cold, like something major happened behind the scenes. And everybody's been pointing at Jay-Z, wondering if he sparked the tension. But some fans think Solange threw quiet shade about little Sir Carter's health, and that's when the whole situation started looking wild. People can't stop comparing these sisters either. Their fashion, their music, their energy, even their personal lives get lined up side by side. Beyonce's still riding strong with Jay-Z, while Solange's love life took a totally different path. She's been married twice, and both relationships ended, with her first marriage bringing her son Jules into the world. Later, she explained that being pushed into adult responsibilities too early changed everything for her.
He's always been the one that demanded the attention.
She was promoting her new album, whatever it's called, Nobody Cares.
All the time.
And even with all that history, Solange has never publicly dragged Beyonce, not once. But fans swear the silent shade is loud. No messy comments, no fights online. Just that tension you can feel even when nobody says a word. Solange didn't leave her first marriage bitter. She walked away with a clear mind and her pride intact. She made it clear that things with Daniel simply reached their end, and she needed to protect her peace, grow up on her own terms, and figure out who she really was. It wasn't easy, but it was something she had to do. Years later, love spun the block, and Solange took another chance. This time, she married Alan Ferguson, a respected music video director with real credibility in the industry. Their 2014 New Orleans wedding broke the internet. An all-white, high-fashion masterpiece that looked like a whole art film. Bike rides through the city, dramatic poses, flowing capes.
Why doesn't Beyoncé let her son, Sir Carter, appear in public? At the 2025 Super Bowl, Jay-Z stole the spotlight by attending the game with his two daughters, Blue Ivy and Rumi. But what caught people's attention was the fact that their only son, Sir Carter, has never made a public appearance.
The vibe was unreal, and social media went crazy over it. It was Solange in full power mode, bold, creative, and unforgettable. But behind that flawless wedding aesthetic, the cracks started showing early on. By 2019, Solange quietly dropped the news that she and Alan had gone their separate ways. No messy meltdown, no dramatic press tour, just a calm, heavy message saying she was going through a major life shift and doing some deep soul searching.
No wonder Solange, is it Solange? Knowles isn't the famous sister.
The issues between Beyonce and Solange run deep.
And that breakup hit different, especially when you remember my comment about Rachel. This breakup didn't hit Solange the way the first one did. This one felt heavy, tiring, like it shook her from the inside out. It wasn't just ending a marriage. It was her facing herself, peeling back layers, and trying to rebuild from the ground up. That whole emotional journey poured straight into her 2019 album, When I Get Home, which fans now see as her most personal, spiritual, and healing piece of work. And here's where things really start heating up.
A lot of people think he's shy about showing his face because of how he looks, but that's not it. First of all, Sir Carter is just a quiet, introverted kind of kid. He's even less into all the noise and commotion of public places than Rumi. Beyonce said in an interview that she respects how different each of her kids is, so they don't push her to be in the spotlight.
Quiet whispers began spreading that both of Solange's past relationships were damaged by infidelity. Allegedly, both exes stepped out on her. After dealing with that twice, Solange wasn't tolerating any kind of disloyal energy ever again. So when that elevator footage dropped, that moment where she went straight at Jay-Z, everything started making sense to fans. In that tight little elevator box, her reaction said it all. According to people close to the family, Solange found out Jay-Z had crossed Beyonce, and to her that was the one line you don't touch. Her reaction was explosive, protective, raw. No filter, no hesitation. It wasn't just anger, it was big sister energy on fire.
Before we were known for the music, my sister actually had our family pretty famous for something else. She decided to try to get my boyfriend in trouble because she hated him. She was so jealous because we were best friends until him.
Beyonce stayed calm, stayed collected, didn't speak directly on it, but her art did. And when Lemonade dropped, everything cracked open. That album was a whole storm. Honesty, heartbreak, strength, and healing all wrapped up in one masterpiece. The second it hit the world, fans jumped into detective mode, breaking down every lyric like it was a coded message waiting to be unlocked. Racks like "Hold Up," "Daddy Lessons," and "Sorry" had people feeling every word. Beyonce wasn't sugarcoating anything. She dropped lines like, "Can't you see? There's no other man above you. What a wicked way to treat the woman you love."
You spoken to Jay-Z or Beyonce at all? Did you manage to patch it up? Is it true you were angry about the rumors? Were you angry about him going to the party with Rihanna?
That hit millions right in the chest. And it didn't stop there. The lyrics kept getting sharper and sharper. When she sang, "Something doesn't feel right, especially coming up after midnight. I smell your secret." Fans were breaking down those bars like detectives. Then she came with lines like, "Looking at my watch, he should have been home today." And "I regret the night I put that ring on." And the one that shook the entire internet? "My daddy warned me about men like you. He said, 'Baby girl, he's playing you.'" That was the straight-up mic drop moment. Beyonce was calling out betrayal with no hesitation. Loud, real, and emotional. But that left the million-dollar question hanging in the air.
Remember my comment about Rachel Roy yesterday, the clothing designer? I left a beat out of that story, and that beat is Rachel Roy and Solange were friends enough to attend the Met Gala in 2012 together. Just so that you know. Anyway, back to the party at the Standard. One theory that
Who was Jay-Z actually creeping with? She never named anyone, but the internet wasted zero time throwing out theories. At first, rumors tried to tie Rihanna into the mix, but her team shut that down instantly, calling it a fake scandal meant to stir drama around her early career. That rumor died quick. Then attention shifted to Rita Ora, and then to Rachel Roy.
Daily News has today is that Solange's friends showed up at the Standard Hotel using Jay-Z's name to try to get through because I guess, the Solange name wasn't powerful enough. And no, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, this is a really crappy industry. Like, she's probably sick and tired of being called Beyonce's sister Solange. She actually does put out some pretty good earthy music. She's got her following, she's a DJ, and she's an artist herself. And I get it when Beyonce's your sister that we call her Beyonce's sister Solange, but that has got to be tiring.
Rachel, who was once married to Dame Dash, Jay-Z's former business partner, caught serious heat online. Fans became convinced she was Becky with the good hair, and social media went into full meltdown mode. Both Rita and Rachel shut the rumors down fast, denying everything. Neither one wanted to be painted as that woman.
Beyonce might have kept quiet with her mouth, but her music? It said everything loud and clear. She never publicly confirmed Jay-Z's cheating, but when Lemonade dropped, fans knew exactly what was going on.
But even after their statements, people refused to let it go, especially with that elevator moment still burned into everyone's memory. Solange snapping on Jay-Z in that tiny elevator while Beyonce stayed calm and silent.
Like, "Hold Up," "Daddy Lessons," and "Sorry" had fans deep in their feelings. Beyonce sang lines like, "Can't you see? There's no other man above you. What a wicked way."
That moment spoke volumes. Beyonce didn't step in, didn't say a word, and fans took that silence as a message all on its own. For many, it was the first unfiltered look at just how deep Solange's loyalty runs. People close to the family say Solange has always been Beyonce's ride or die, no questions asked. So when Jay-Z's name got tangled up in legal drama alongside Diddy, insiders say Solange was stressed out heavy.
We were known for music. My sister actually had our family pretty famous for something else. She decided to try to get my boyfriend in trouble because she hated him. She was so jealous because we were best friends until him. And
How old were you guys at this time?
I was 13.
13. The boyfriend is probably 13,
About
14?
13, yeah,
And
14.
your sister?
She was 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's working on Big Sister here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
She was worried about Beyonce holding everything together while the headlines and courtroom noise kept building. And that protective energy, it didn't just pop up one day. It's been part of Solange forever. Beyonce once shared a wild childhood story where Solange felt overlooked because someone around Beyonce was getting too much of her attention. And instead of staying quiet, Solange took things into her own hands and stirred up a situation that spun completely out of control.
Still very surprised she did all this. We were upstairs and we were watching TV. Solange was supposed to leave us alone. My mother kept checking on us every hour. My sister walked by the television. She's looking at him like this. And she just keeps walking. And I'm like, after the third time, what are you doing? I'm trying to find my coloring book. So I'm like, okay. So we go try to find a coloring book. My boyfriend and I in my room looking for a coloring book. He's not supposed to be in there. She walks in. We're like, what's wrong with you? He's not supposed to be in here. I'm gonna get you in trouble. So she goes downstairs. Next thing you know, my dad is running up the stairs.
That's the kind of sister she's always been. Bold, fearless, and ready to defend her family without thinking twice. That level of loyalty has always been Solange's trademark. Full ride-or-die energy, no hesitation. But here's the twist. What if this hasn't only been about protecting her sister?
So my boyfriend is like, what, Mr. Knowles, what? So he is literally trying to kill my mother, me, the girls were all trying to fight him. Hold him back. Next thing you know, ding dong, it's the cops.
Oh,
my sister
goodness.
called the police on my father because she said he was gonna kill him. And my dad is like, well, they said that my daughter said they were upstairs having sex. The cops is like, oh, I will kill my sons too. So then my dad is like, Solange, why did you say that? Is it true? And she's like, no. So it was definitely no more boyfriends over the house.
What if something deeper has been simmering under the surface this whole time? Something like quiet jealousy? Nobody in their circle would ever say that out loud, but behind the scenes, people have whispered about it for years. Folks who've worked close to the family claim Solange has sometimes felt like she's living in Beyonce's shadow, even though she plays it cool in public.
Remember my comment about Rachel Roy yesterday, the clothing designer? I left a beat out of that story, and that beat is Rachel Roy and Solange were friends enough to attend the Met Gala in 2012 together. Just so that you know. Anyway, back to the party at the Standard. One theory that the Daily News has today is that Solange's friends showed up at the Standard Hotel using Jay-Z's name to try to get through because I guess, the Solange name wasn't powerful enough. And no, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, this is a really crappy industry. She's probably sick and tired of being called Beyonce's sister Solange. She actually does put out some pretty good earthy music. She's got her following, she's a DJ, and she's an artist herself. And I get it when Beyonce's your sister that we call her Beyonce's sister Solange, but that has got to be tiring.
The music comparisons, the fashion comparisons, the event invites. The differences might look small from the outside, but stacked up over time, that can hit anyone's confidence, even someone as strong as Solange. And while she stays graceful and calm on the surface, those silent battles might have been building for way longer than we think.
But never really had it down.
Remember when I mentioned Rachel Roy earlier? That situation didn't just expose drama, it exposed old tension people had never connected before. But lately, that quiet jealousy talk has taken a strange, unexpected turn. And now it's wrapped around Beyonce's son, Sir Carter. And this is where things get uncomfortable.
I'm going back to the...
For years, fans and the media noticed something unusual. Beyonce will sometimes share sweet moments with Rumi, but Sir stays completely off the radar. No red carpets, no paparazzi snaps, no casual mentions, nothing. It's like he's been fully shielded from the public eye. And that silence is making people raise their eyebrows. Some folks think there's more behind it. Something the family hasn't said yet. Why the mystery? What's Beyoncé keeping under wraps? And does Solange know something the rest of us don't?
Why doesn't Beyoncé let her son, Sir Carter, appear in public? At the 2025 Super Bowl, Jay-Z stole the spotlight by attending the game with his two daughters, Blue Ivy and Rumi. But what caught people's attention was the fact that their only son, Sir Carter, has never made a public appearance. This led to a lot of questions, with some even wondering if Sir is still alive. In fact, many people didn't even know they had a son. Unlike Blue Ivy, who has been in the public eye since birth, Sir, born in 2017, has never been seen at award shows.
People really started talking after the 2025 Super Bowl, when Jay-Z pulled up with Blue Ivy and Rumi, but Sir wasn't there. And once again, fans noticed that Beyoncé and Jay-Z almost never let their son appear in public. No red carpets, no sports games, no random paparazzi moments, nothing. And that silence keeps fueling more and more questions.
Red carpet events, or sports games. His family has deliberately kept him out of the media spotlight. There are some important reasons for that. Beyoncé has shared in interviews that both Sir and his sister Rumi had some health issues as babies. Specifically, Sir's heart stopped a few times in the womb before birth, which led doctors to perform an emergency C-section. Because of these health concerns, Beyoncé and Jay-Z decided to shield Sir from the media, especially when he was more fragile. Another reason is Sir's personality. Beyoncé's parents have mentioned that Sir is much quieter and more introverted than Rumi. He seems to prefer...
Now here's the thing. Unlike Blue Ivy, who grew up in the spotlight, Sir has been kept completely private since the beginning. Born in 2017, and still not a single official public appearance. And that's not an accident. His parents chose to shield him from cameras and headlines from day one. People close to the family say Beyoncé and Jay-Z decided early on to give him a low-key, protected childhood with as little outside pressure as possible.
It made history. She's 7 years old. She just made history. I think, is it Billboard Hot 100? She beat her sister, Blue Ivy, because now she's on it at age 6. What does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about Rumi and how excited she is.
Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much.
Not everyone wants their kids living under a microscope. And Beyoncé has always been extremely intentional about privacy when it comes to her family. Another thing insiders mention is that Sir has a calmer, more introverted vibe compared to Rumi, who's known to be more outgoing. Some kids love attention, some don't. And Beyoncé has said many times she listens to her children's personalities before exposing them to the public. So while fans keep wondering what the mystery is, the truth might be way simpler. Beyoncé is protecting her son's peace, just like any mom with major fame and massive spotlight would do. Word on the street says Solange just might know more than she lets on. Some folks swear she's tossed quiet shade using her insider knowledge, especially when family tension starts bubbling up. And once the internet grabbed onto that idea, it went wild, filling in every blank with theories from every direction. People online started throwing out all kinds of guesses, even though nothing has ever been confirmed by Beyoncé or Jay-Z. It's all just gossip, but the rumors got louder when a few controversial celebs jumped in and made the situation messy. Kanye West, during one of his chaotic online moments, said something reckless about the twins that even shocked his own fans. Then Azealia Banks chimed in accusing Beyoncé of being too secretive about her son, and that sent the internet into overdrive. Through all the noise, Beyoncé hasn't said a single word, not one. But Sir staying out of the spotlight keeps the conversation going, and that silence feels loud to a lot of people. Some fans are convinced Solange might be sitting on information that could flip the whole narrative if she ever chose to speak. Still, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have stayed completely silent, and the longer they hold that line, the more the outside world keeps guessing, watching, and wondering what's really going on behind those closed doors. Fans have been begging for real answers, But all they keep getting are light comments and soft interviews that barely touch the situation. Even Mama Tina tried to calm everything down, saying Sir Carter is simply a quiet, independent little boy who moves at his own pace, but honestly, that only made the gossip louder. Meanwhile, Solange isn't out here pretending like life is picture perfect. She's never been the type to fake a smile just to keep the internet calm. And people in the industry are whispering that she might finally be tired of staying silent. Word is she's ready to step in and take back some control, whether that's to protect Beyonce, shut down the noise, or tell her side of things. Nobody knows her reason yet, but insiders think she wants to get ahead of the chaos before the internet spins it even further. Others believe Solange might be reclaiming her power, especially if she's sitting on information the family never wanted exposed. Either way, everyone is talking. Social media is drowning in theories, assumptions, and wild takes. One commenter went off saying Beyonce shouldn't hide him and should be more open, while another claimed they saw signs in the Renaissance film and tried to paint their own narrative about the kids. These comments were completely unverified, totally speculative, and based on nothing real. But the internet kept running with them anyway. And that's the problem. When a family stays private, people start filling the silence with their own stories, even when they have no clue what's actually going on. These are bold claims with zero official confirmation, but that hasn't stopped the internet from building its own version of the truth. And the longer the Knowles-Carter family stays silent, the louder the speculation grows. Whether any of this is real or just another round of online rumors, nobody on the outside truly knows. But fans keep connecting dots from tiny clips, tiny moments, and little clues they think they see. And with whispers that Solange might finally speak up, people are watching every move like it's a live countdown. One comment online claimed the family has kept him private for years. And then another comment went straight for shock value, dragging Beyonce and making harsh accusations about how she treats her son. It was extreme, out of pocket, and completely unverified. But it showed something important. The conversation has gotten way too heated. That last comment stunned people. It was cold, unnecessary, and way over the line. But it also exposed just how emotional and messy this topic has become. The mix of mystery, silence, fan theories, and flat-out false assumptions has turned into a full-blown storm. And now that Solange might step forward and say something, whatever truth she brings could flip the entire narrative. Is Beyonce simply protecting her son's privacy from the chaos of fame? Is the family keeping something personal away from millions of strangers for their own peace? Or has celebrity culture gotten so toxic that even being honest feels risky? Whatever the real reason is, the world is watching, waiting, and ready for whatever comes next. These are bold claims with zero confirmation, but that hasn't stopped the internet from creating its own storyline. And the longer the Knowles-Carter family stays silent, the louder the speculation gets. Nobody on the outside knows what's real and what's just noise. But fans keep connecting tiny visual clues and whispering that Solange might be ready to finally speak up. And that has everybody watching like a hawk. One person online claimed the family has been keeping him private for years. And then another comment went for pure shock value, with a harsh take about Beyonce hiding her son. The comment was extreme, unverified, and way out of line, but it showed just how heated the conversation has become. The mix of mystery, quietness, and wild theories has turned into a full-on storm, with reactions ranging from sympathy to straight-up cold comments. And now that people think Solange might step into the spotlight, whatever she reveals could flip the whole story on its head. Is Beyonce just protecting her son from the chaos of fame? Is the family keeping something personal away from millions of strangers? Or has the celebrity world become so toxic that even telling the truth feels risky? Whatever the reason, the world is watching, waiting, and trying to read between the lines. Because if Solange opens that door even a little, everything could shift. Insiders say she's been holding on to years of family moments, behind-the-scenes tension, and private truths that were never meant to go public. And let's be real, when Solange speaks, people pay attention. She doesn't talk just to make noise. She talks when she's got something real to say. What if this isn't just about her nephew? What if this is about how the entire Knowles-Carter empire operates behind closed doors? What if Sir's privacy is just one piece of a much bigger story about image control, boundaries, and how far stars go to protect their legacy? Some folks are already calling this the calm before the storm. Solange has always moved different, artistic, unpredictable, and unapologetic. And if she does decide to drop something, it probably won't be through a flashy interview. It might come in a poem, a lyric, a tweet, or a subtle line that hits harder than any press conference. And don't forget, she's never been scared to rock the boat. That elevator moment wasn't an accident. It was years of emotions boiling over. So if she's been holding back out of loyalty or fear of fallout, that patience might finally be running thin. People close to the situation say Solange is tired of the whispers, tired of the fake smiles, tired of pretending everything is perfect. And if she decides to speak even a little, the internet won't just talk. It'll explode. Because once a family secret cracks open, nobody knows what comes out next. Now tell me what you think. Is Solange standing up for what's right, or stepping into something that should have stayed private? Is she protecting her sister and nephew, or is there more going on behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you never miss the next drop. This story's getting messier by the minute, and you don't want to miss what comes next. See you in the next one.